everyone. Welcome back to Speak English Easily. I'm John.
And I'm Lisa. Really glad you're here today.
Lisa, I want to start with a question.
Go ahead.
When someone speaks to you in English, what happens inside your head?
Honestly, I hear the words, I translate them into my language, I think of my answer in my language, then I try to translate that back into English, and then I speak.
How long does all that take?
Too long. By the time I'm ready, the other person has already moved on.
And that feeling, that delay, that frustration, that is what we are talking about today.
The translation trap.
Exactly. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most important skills in English learning, speaking without translating in your head.
And I know what some listeners are thinking right now. Is that even possible? I have been translating my whole life. How do I stop?
It is absolutely possible, and today, I am going to show you exactly how.
If you are tired of feeling slow when you speak, if you want your English to feel more natural and automatic, this episode is for you. Stay with us. Okay, John, let's start at the beginning. Why do people translate in their heads in the first place? Is it just a habit?
It starts as a habit, but it becomes a system, and there are 3 clear reasons why it happens.
Okay, give us reason 1.
Reason 1, your brain learned English as a foreign language, not as a natural language.
What's the difference?
When you were a child, you learned your first language naturally. You heard sounds, you copied them, you made mistakes, you kept going. Nobody gave you a grammar book at age 2.
Imagine that. Okay, baby, today we study verb tenses.
Exactly. Your brain just absorbed the language, directly, automatically, without translation.
But English was different.
Very different. You learned English in a classroom with rules, with grammar charts, with exercises that said, translate this sentence into English.
Oh, so the translation was actually part of the learning method.
Exactly. The school system trained your brain to translate. It wasn't your fault. That's just how it was taught.
So the translation habit was built in from the start.
From the very beginning. And now, even when you don't want to translate, your brain does it automatically, because that's the system it learned.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What's reason 2?
Reason 2, you think in words, not in feelings or images.
Say more about that.
When you think of the word home in your language, what happens in your mind?
I see an image, actually. My house, my family, something warm?
Right. You don't see the letters. You don't see the word written out. You see a feeling, an image.
Yes, exactly.
Now, when you hear the English word home, what happens?
I translate it first. I find the word in my language, and then I get the image.
So you added an extra step, your language, then the image, instead of English word directly to the image.
Oh, so fluent speakers skip that middle step.
Completely skip it. When a native speaker hears home, they don't think of another word, they just feel it directly.
That's fascinating. So the goal is to connect English words directly to feelings and images without going through our own language first.
That is exactly the goal.
Okay, and reason 3?
Reason 3, you don't trust your English yet.
Oh, that's an honest one.
When you don't feel confident, your brain looks for something safe, something familiar. Your own language feels safe. English feels risky.
So you run back to your language because it feels more comfortable.
Like a safety net, and the more you use that safety net, the harder it becomes to let go of it.
So it's not just a language problem, it's a confidence problem too.
Both together. And the good news is, both can be fixed.
Okay, so we have 3 reasons. Translation was built into how we learned, we connect words to words instead of words to meaning, and we don't fully trust our English yet. Now, how do we fix it?
3 steps. Let's go.
Step 1. John, take us in.
Step 1. Think in images, not in words.
Okay, what does that mean in practice?
When you learn a new English word, don't translate it into your language. Instead, picture it.
Like make a mental image?
Exactly. Let me show you. The word is rain. Don't think of the word in your language. Instead, picture rain, gray sky, water falling, the sound on a window.
Oh, I can see it immediately.
Now the word rain is connected to that image, not to your language, directly to the real thing.
And next time someone says rain in English,
Your brain goes straight to the image. No translation needed.
that's actually a beautiful idea. So instead of English word, my language, meaning, it becomes English word, meaning, direct.
Direct, fast, natural.
Can you give another example?
Sure, the word cold. Don't translate it. Feel it. Imagine cold air on your face, your hands feeling numb, a cup of hot tea warming you up.
I felt that actually.
Good, that's the point. Cold now lives in your body, not just in your head.
This is such a different way of thinking about vocabulary.
It changes everything, because now English is not a code you decode, it's a direct experience.
Okay, listeners, your micro action for step 1. Pick 3 English words you know well. Close your eyes, picture each word, feel it, see it. Don't translate, just imagine.
Good. Step 2.
Step 2, what is it?
Step 2, speak before you think.
Wait, speak before you think? Won't that cause more mistakes?
It might cause a few more mistakes at first, but here's what it also does. It breaks the translation cycle.
How?
When you give your brain time to think, it runs back to your language. But when you start speaking immediately, your brain has to find the English, fast, and it does.
Really?
Really, because your brain already knows more English than you give it credit for. You just need to trust it.
So the hesitation is actually making things worse.
The hesitation opens the door for translation, but if you start speaking, even with simple words, even with mistakes, your brain stays in English mode.
Can you give a real example?
Sure. Someone asks, "What do you think about this?" Instead of going quiet and translating, you say, I think it's interesting because
And then more words come.
more words come, naturally, because you started, and starting is everything.
It's like pushing a car. The hardest part is getting it moving. Once it's moving, it gets easier.
Perfect example. Start speaking. Even slowly, even imperfectly. Just start.
Micro action for step 2. Today, when someone asks you something in English, start your answer within 3 seconds. Don't wait for the perfect sentence, just start. I think, I feel, I believe, in my opinion. Use these starters and keep going.
Step 3.
Step 3. Build an English-only zone.
Yes, this one is very practical. An English-only zone is a time or a place where you only use English. No translation allowed.
Like a specific time of day?
Exactly. Let me give some examples. Every morning, think in English for 10 minutes. When you brush your teeth, talk to yourself in English. When you cook, describe what you're doing in English.
Out loud?
Out loud. Always out loud, because speaking out loud trains your mouth, not just your mind.
What kind of things would someone say while they're cooking, for example?
Simple things. I'm cutting the vegetables. The water is boiling. I need to add some salt. This smells really good.
So you're just narrating your own life in English.
Like a commentator, describing what you see, what you do, what you feel, in English, directly, no translation.
I love this because you can do it completely alone. No pressure, no judgment, just you practicing English in your own space.
And over time, your brain starts to default to English instead of your own language.
It rewires.
It rewires, slowly, but it happens.
Micro action for step 3. Tomorrow morning, choose 10 minutes. Think and speak only in English during those 10 minutes. Talk about what you see, what you're doing, how you feel. No translation allowed.
Okay,
Now we practice together. This is important. I'll describe a situation. Lisa will respond in English without translating. Then you do the same, out loud, in your own words.
Ready, listeners? Just start speaking. Don't worry about perfection, just go.
Situation 1. You wake up in the morning. How do you feel?
I feel a little tired, but okay. I need some coffee, then I will feel better.
Now you say it in your own words. Situation 2. You are at home. It is raining outside. Describe what you see.
The sky is gray. It's raining quite hard. I can hear the rain on the window. It's cold outside, but warm in here. Your turn. Say what you see right now.
Situation 3. Someone asks, "What did you do yesterday?"
Yesterday, I stayed home. I watched a film. I made some food. It was a quiet day. I enjoyed it, actually.
Now answer that question about your own yesterday. Situation 4. Describe your home in 3 sentences.
My home is small but comfortable. I have a kitchen, a bedroom, and a living room. I really like it. It feels safe. Your turn. 3 sentences about your home.
If you said those sentences out loud without stopping to translate, you just practiced thinking in English. That is a big moment.
Really, don't underestimate that. Every time you speak without translating, even for a few seconds, you are training your brain to work differently.
Lisa, before we wrap up, I want to say something to our listeners.
Go ahead.
You have spent years with translation as your tool. It kept you safe, it helped you understand, and that's okay.
But now you are ready for the next level.
The next level is not perfect English. The next level is direct English. English that comes from your mind straight to your mouth, without a stop in the middle.
And that takes time. That takes practice. It won't happen in one day.
But it starts today. It starts with one image instead of one translation. One sentence spoken before you're ready. 10 minutes of English-only thinking.
Small steps, every day. That is how your brain changes.
Say this out loud right now. I don't need to translate. I can think in English, and every day it gets easier.
Say it again, without translating it first. Okay, your challenge for today.
Go to the comments below and write 3 sentences about your day, in English, right now, without translating.
Just open your mind, think of your day, and write what comes.
It could be something like, "Today I woke up early. I had coffee. Now I am watching this video."
Simple, real, no translation needed.
Don't edit yourself too much. Don't worry about mistakes. Just write in English, directly.
We read every comment and we love seeing your progress. So come on, write something right now. Quick recap before we go.
You translate because that's how you were taught, because you connect words to words instead of words to meaning, and because you don't fully trust your English yet.
And the 3 steps to fix it? Think in images, not in translated words. Speak before you think, just start. Build an English-only zone every single day.
If today's episode helped you, please give it a like and share it with someone who is learning English.
Subscribe to Speak English Easily for a new lesson every week. We are here for you every step of the way.
Now, go speak some English without translating.
Just start.
Even 3 words.
Even 1 sentence.